Hey everyone, welcome to yoga, and let's get started. I'm sitting up on a block, but just find yourself a tall seat. You could use a pillow or a block or just be on your mat. Cross-legged, on your knees, whatever feels good. Ground your sitting bones, lift up nice and tall. We'll just do a really short sit before we get moving, just a minute or so. So just taking a deep breath in and opening the mouth, let it go. Again, inhale and exhale. Now seal the lips, inhale. And seal the lips, exhale. Relax the shoulders, lift the heart. Grow tall through the top of the head, lengthening the spine. Soften the face, unlock your jaw, and just breathe. Feel the breath expand your back body, the back ribs. And feel the breath exhale down the spine, through the tailbone into the earth. Again, as you keep your heart lifted, shoulders soft. Tips of the ears lift, chin drops just slightly towards your heart. Take a deep breath in. And let it go. Okay, let's come to all fours. All fours position, spreading the fingers wide. Starting with cat-cow, inhale, drop the belly, head and heart lift. Exhale, press the floor away. Feel the shoulders spread across the back. Inhale, drop the belly. You're just moving with your breath here, connecting the breath to the movement. Exhale, pressing the floor away, chin to chest. And then let's just start to circle the hips a little bit. You can start small, you can sit way back onto the heels, and go the other way. Noticing your breath as you're doing this. We haven't stopped breathing, just deepening your breath. And then come back to center, spread all 10 fingers wide. Shoulders over the wrists. Bring the right toes to the back of the mat. Reach through the heel, wake up the calf, and then rotate the whole foot to the floor. Especially press that outer edge of the right foot to the floor. Left toes kick behind you so you can balance, and then you're going to inhale the right arm up and over the right ear. I'm kicking my heel out a little bit more, making sure my right foot is parallel with the back of the mat. And I'm lifting the hips, letting the head and neck be nice and loose. And breathing here. Maybe one big circle. And just notice what's going on in the shoulder. Maybe go the other way. Keep grounding that right foot, the right arm over the ear. One more breath, inhale. Exhale, right hand down, right knee down, hips a little side to side. Left toes back of the mat. Reach through the heel, wake up the calf, lengthen the heart forward. Now rotate the whole foot to the floor. Right toes behind you for balance. Left arm up and over the ear. And I'm kicking my left heel kind of towards the back of the mat a little bit. My left foot parallel with the back of the mat. And lifting the left hip, both hips really. Left arm over the ear and even opening the left chest a little more to the sky, but lifting out of the right shoulder. Maybe a circle of the arm on this side, or of course you can keep the arm over the ear and just breathing into the side body. Go the other way. And bringing the left arm over the ear, inhale, lengthen. Left hand down, left knee down, hips a little side to side. Good. Now same setup, right toes back of the mat, rotate the foot to the floor, left toes behind you for balance. I'm gonna bring my left hand a little in front of my left shoulder. The right arm up and then lifting the right leg up as well. Bringing the right arm across the ear, reaching through the heel, reaching through the fingers, and stay here. Or right arm reaches up and back as you bend the right knee, grabbing the top of the right foot. Maybe you can get it, maybe you can't. Once you have the foot, then kicking into the right palm. You're holding on to the top of the right foot and lengthening, opening that right shoulder. 2 more breaths. Maybe playing with the balance, lifting the gaze towards the sky. 1 more breath. Release long, arm over the ear, kicking through the right heel, inhale, exhale, right hand down, right knee down, hips a little side to side. Second side, left toes back of the mat. Rotate the whole left foot to the floor. The right toes behind you for balance. Left arm straight up. And then the left leg lifts straight up. And the left arm across the ear and stretch here. And stay or bend the left knee, reach back, grab the top of the left foot. Kind of have to really try and reach and get it. And once you have the foot, kicking into the left hand, opening up that left shoulder. Maybe the gaze lifts to the sky, but again, just focusing on the balance first. Keeping the gaze steady in one place so you can balance. One more breath. Very gently releasing the foot and lengthening, reaching up the left side. Inhale, left hand down, left knee down, hips a little side to side. Child's pose. Knees wide, hips back, arms long, third eye to the floor. Hips a little side to side, sinking your belly between the thighs. Close your eyes here, taking a deep breath in. Letting it go. Walk the hands over to the right, just the hands. The right hand off the mat, maybe the left hand on top of the right hand, and pressing into the hands and really ground that left hip down towards the left heel. Maybe opening up the left side body a little, turning the left chest up. One more breath. Walk the hands back through center gently. My left hand's off the mat. I'm going to try and bring the right hand on top of the left hand and then press both hands into the floor and ground that right hip towards the right heel. Letting the head and neck relax and be nice and loose. Breathing into the right side body. One last big breath here. Come back to center. All fours. Spread the fingers wide. Tuck the toes. Lift your hips. Downward facing dog. If it's your first downward dog ever, your feet are hip width wide. My hands are shoulder width apart. I'm bending one knee, bending the other knee, just pedaling out the legs. So I'm really using the whole hand here. I'm pressing into the palms, just not only in the wrist, grounding into the pads of the fingers, using the whole finger, grounding between the thumb and the first finger, and lengthening the arm bones. Pressing the chest towards the back wall. Lift to the tiptoes, hips even higher, bending the knees, pressing the chest towards the thighs. Head and neck nice and loose. Now slowly straighten your legs to your degree. Grounding your heels towards the floor. It's okay if they don't touch. You can also bend the knees a little to lengthen the low back longer if you're rounding a lot. On your inhale, come to high plank. Exhale, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. And exhale here. Inhale. And exhale, lower all the way to the mat. Bhujangasana, low cobra, untuck the toes. Head and heart, inhale, lift. Keep the neck nice and long. Exhale, forehead lowers. Make sure your hands are back by the chest. Fingertips lining up with the chest. Inhale, same thing. Bhujangasana, head and heart lift. The tops of the feet are pressing into the floor. Exhale, lower. Again, inhale. Exhale here, maybe squeezing shoulder blades together. Palms could be off the mat. One more breath. And exhale, lower. Use the hands, press back to child's pose. Bring the knees wide, hips back, arms long, third eye to the floor. All fours, downward facing dog. But I'm going to stop and hydrate first. Remember, this is your practice, so you can rest in child's pose, hydrate, do whatever you need to do to take care of yourself during your yoga practice. All fours, downward facing dog. Inhale to high plank. Exhale here. Inhale, pick up the right foot. Exhale, draw the knee to the nose. Inhale, one-legged plank, right leg back, heart forward. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, one-legged plank. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Down dog, right leg up to the sky. Bend the knee, open the hip. Lower the left heel to the floor. 2 more breaths. Drop your right shoulder a little bit towards the mat. When you do so, the left shoulder, the left armpit pulls up, and your shoulders are a little more square. Inhale, straighten the right leg, rotate the right hip down. Exhale, low lunge, step the right foot between the hands. Gently lower the left knee. Engage your thighs and rise. Pausing here, grounding into your right heel, draw the right hip back. That left glute and left thigh is engaged and rotating internally. Lift up from the belly, inhale. Exhale, hands down, downward facing dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, lower all the way to the floor. Arms by your side, palms facing down. Inhale, arms, head, and chest lift. Exhale, legs lift, Shalabhasana. Shoulder blades together, thumbs a little higher, inner thighs higher. Long, strong legs. One more inhale, lift up. And exhale, lower, hands under shoulders, child's pose. All fours, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale here. Inhale, pick up the left foot. Exhale, draw the knee to the nose, press the floor away. Inhale, one-legged plank, left leg back, heart forward. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, one-legged plank. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Down dog, left leg up to the sky, bend the knee, open the hip. Lower the right heel to the floor. Left kneecap higher. Left shoulder lower, right armpit pulls up. Inhale, straighten the left leg, rotate the left hip down. Step the left foot between the hands, low lunge, gently lower the right knee. You can always pad that knee with a blanket or flipping the mat over. Inhale, arms up. Grounding into the left heel, draw the left hip back. Right glute, right thigh is engaged and rotating internally. Lift up from the belly, maybe the palms to touch above the heart, gazing at the base of the thumbs. Inhale. Exhale, hands down, downward facing dog. Walk your hands to the back of the mat. Ragdoll, bend the knees, grab your opposite elbows. I'm bending the knees so the belly is like on the thighs here, or really close to the thighs. Really want to let the low back release. Deep breaths here. You can shift the weight a little side to side. Slight tuck of the chin, lengthen the back of the neck, body weight a little more forward. Deep breath. Release the elbows, bend the knees a lot. Slowly roll up to stand, one vertebra at a time for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, arms up to the sky, palms touch. Gaze up at the base of the thumbs, reach through the ring finger, find length. Exhale, hands to heart center, pause, inhale. Exhale, arms by your side, turn the palms to face out. Squeeze the shoulder blades together to lift your heart. Feel the inner thighs pull back, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, soft knees, bow forward, fold. Halfway lift, lengthen, inhale, draw the hips back, heart and crown of the head forward. Keep the gaze on the mat. Exhale, fold the right fingertips under the face, or you could be up on a block. Bend the right knee, left arm up to the sky. The twist is emerging from the low spine, middle spine, upper spine, then the head and neck. Last thing to twist. If it's too much on the neck, just keep the gaze to the side. One more inhale. And exhale, lower, switch. The left hand under the face. I'm on the fingertips here. Bend the left knee, right arm up to the sky. I kind of like to let my neck go nice and loose and see if there is any releasing of tension there. One more big breath. Exhale, lower. Halfway lift, lengthen, inhale. Exhale, take your dog for a walk, downward facing dog. From down dog, spreading the fingers wide, inhale to high plank. If you're ready, lower chaturanga, shifting forward the wrist, bending the elbows just halfway. Untuck the toes, upward facing dog. Slight bend in the elbows and up dog to open the shoulders. Exhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Of course, there you can stay in low cobra too. Walk your feet to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, lengthen, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms to the sky, spike the heels, gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart center, pause, inhale. Exhale, arms by your side. Deep breath here. Let it go. On your inhale, arms up. Soft knees, exhale, bow, forward fold. Halfway lift, lengthen, inhale. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step back to plank, pause and plank, inhale. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or low cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale here. And exhale. 2 more breaths, inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale to the toes, exhale, bend the knees lightly. Walk, step, jump, top of the mat. Halfway lift, lengthen, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms to the sky, Utkatasana. Now ground down, lift up, palms reach. Exhale, bow, forward fold. Halfway lift, lengthen, inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank. Chaturanga Dandasana, take your time as you lower. Inhale, up dog or cobra, offer your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, high lunge, right foot between the hands, stay on the ball of the back foot. On your inhale, ground down and rise up. Exhale, hands down, step back to plank, chaturanga, you lower. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, high lunge, left foot between the hands. On your inhale, you ground down and rise, engaging the inner thighs. Maybe gaze up. Exhale, hands down. Step back to plank. Exhale, lowering. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. You can always skip these vinyasas and just hang in down dog, or of course child's pose. 2 more breaths here in down dog. 1 more breath. Inhale to the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, look between the hands, lightly walk, step, jump, top of the mat. Halfway lift, lengthen, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms to the sky, spike the heels, gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart center, pause, inhale. Exhale, arms by your side. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair. Sitting back and down on your exhale. Draw the knees and hips back, peel the belly away from the thighs, lengthen the tailbone to the floor. 2 more breaths. The tailbone is in its natural curve position. Lengthen the heart a little more. Strong, long arms. Draw the belly button back towards the spine. Sink deeper, more weight in the heels. On your inhale, ground down, rise up, palms touch, gaze up. Exhale, bow forward, fold. Halfway lift, lengthen, inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank, Vinyasa. As you chaturanga, lower, inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. With control, right leg lifts. Exhale, warrior 1, right foot steps between the hands. Left heel turns down about 11 o'clock, arms up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, hands down, step back to plank, chaturanga, you lower, strong legs, strong arms. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, inhale. Left foot steps, exhale, warrior 1. Right heel grounds down, lift up. Exhale, hands down, step back to plank, chaturanga. Remember, you can skip these, you can blow them off if it's too much, that's fine. Give yourself permission to rest. Pause here, breathe here. Maybe open the mouth. 1 more breath. 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 Inhale to the toes, bend the knees, exhale, walk, step, jump, top of the mat. Halfway lift, lengthen, inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana chair. Sit back and down on your exhale. Inhale, ground down, rise up, palms touch, find length. Hands to heart center, pause, inhale. Exhale, arms by your side. Tree pose, you're gonna shift the weight into the left foot, the left leg, and the sole of the right foot coming either above the knee, below the knee, or a kickstand, okay? So above the knee, below the knee, or kickstand, just not right on that knee joint. All right. So grounding into the left foot, hands to heart center, shoulder blades together, lift the heart into the thumbs. You could stay right here, or you could grow your tree. I like growing the tree with the palms together with the right thumb on top of the left. But of course, you could also have hands apart, or you could play if you wanted to play with balancing a side stretch. But right now, I'm just gonna lift up and up and up. Lifting out of the left side. Feel the length all the way up the left side, from the foot to the fingertips. Chin away from chest. You could even play with lifting the gaze. Shoulders soft. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Hands to heart center, right knee to the chest. Place the foot down, arms by your side. Try not to fidget, try not to move. Just feel what's happening in each side of the body. Shifting weight into the right leg, the right foot. Sole of the foot above the knee, below the knee, or kickstand, hands to heart center. I'm crossing my left thumb on top of the right, shoulder blades together, grounding the right foot, lifting up out of the right hip, maybe growing your tree. Long, strong arms, strong right leg. Feel the length up the right side. Knit the front ribs together just a little bit. 2 more breaths, reach up. Reach up even higher. 1 more breath. Hands to heart center, left knee to the chest, place the foot down, arms by your side. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bow forward, fold. Halfway lift, lengthen, inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, Chaturanga Dandasana or straight to down dog, your choice. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts, inhale. Right foot steps, exhale. High lunge on your inhale. Maybe heel toe the right foot a little wider if you're feeling wobbly. Draw your right hip in and back, that left thigh rotating internally to draw that left hip forward. Hands in front of you, palms to touch. You're gonna take that right palm and just bring it across the left palm, across the body, and reaching towards the back wall. So I'm really hugging my hips in towards each other. I'm continuing to pull the right hip back, that left hip drawing forward, the right shoulder back, hips on top of, or shoulders rather, on top of the hips. Stay, or you can bring the right hand to the left thigh, the left arm lifting up. Lift the heart. Maybe gaze past the left hand or past the forearm. 1 more breath here. Arms up to the sky, inhale. Exhale, hands down, down dog, right leg up to the sky. Bend the knee, open the hip, you could stay, or maybe flipping your dog. Very gently, both feet facing the back wall, lift the hips, right arm up and back. Nice and gentle here. Maybe the head lays back, 1 more breath. Very carefully, down dog, right leg to the sky. Warrior 2, right foot between the hands, left heel turns down. Take up space. About 3 breaths here, settling into your Warrior 2, your Virabhadrasana B. Right thigh rotating externally, opening the knee. Left thigh a little bit internally, drawing that left hip point forward. Pelvis really pointing towards the top left corner of the mat. And then I'm gonna pull the left ribs towards the back of the mat, but keep that right knee opening to the right. Flip the right palm, reach up and back, reverse your warrior. Stay, exhale. Inhale. Exhale, side angle pose, right elbow, right thigh, Left arm across the left ear, but to be honest, I really love the block outside of the right foot. Left arm across the ear like we did at the beginning of class, grounding down to lift. Right hip continues to pull back. Left hip point rotates forward. Left inner thigh rotating internally, and open the right chest. One more breath. Look down, hands down, runner's lunge. Moving my block out of the way, coming to the ball of the foot. Easy twist. Left hand to the floor, right arm up to the sky. One breath here. Right hand down, pyramid, carefully straightening both legs. Lift and lengthen the spine. Inhale. And exhale, forward fold. More weight into the front foot, lifting the right hip up and back. 2 more breaths. Hands on blocks here, or just hands on something if the floor feels too far away. If the floor's far away, you always just want to like elevate yourself so the spine can stay long. Last big breath here. Halfway lift, lengthen, inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, make your way downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Let it go. Left leg lifts, inhale. High lunge, exhale, left foot between the hands. I'm just taking a sip of water before I go there. Ground down and lift up. Again, make sure your heels are really lining up with the hips. You're not on a tightrope. That's going to be tough to balance. You can always heel to a left foot wider. Draw the left hip in and back. Strong right glute, right quad, rotating internally. Palms in front of you. Bring the palms to touch. Hug the armpits back, and then peel that left palm across the arm, across the chest, and open the fingertips towards the back wall. As you do so, hug that left hip in and back, that left kneecap moving forward, that right hip point rotating forward. Stay or left hand to the top of the right thigh, the right arm lifting up, and maybe you're lifting the heart towards the sky and gazing past the right hand. Soften that right shoulder a little. One more breath. Arms up to the sky. Inhale, hands down, down dog, left leg to the sky. Bend the knee, open the hip. Stay or flip your dog. If you're flipping, both feet parallel, hip width wide or more, lifting the hips, left arm up and back. And try to lift out of that right shoulder. One more breath. Very carefully, down dog, left leg to the sky. Warrior 2, left foot between the hands, right heel turns down, take up space. Just always taking about 3 breaths in Warrior 2 to line up, heel to heel or heel to back arch. The back toes slightly pointing towards the top of the mat. Same thing here, left thigh externally rotating, right thigh internally rotating, and then draw the right torso back, the right ribs hugging into the body. Flip the left palm, reach up and back, reverse your warrior. Stay, exhale, inhale, reach. Exhale, side angle pose. Again, you could do left elbow, left thigh, right arm across the right ear. I prefer to bring the block behind the foot or the leg. And then lengthening the torso, even shortening that right torso a little bit, the rib coming closer to the hip to make more space between the left ribs and turn the left chest. Lift out of that left shoulder. One more breath. Look down, runner's lunge, hands down on your fingertips. Easy twist, right hand to the floor, left arm to the sky. Stay with it. One more inhale, not a long hold. Exhale, pyramid, left hand down. Maybe stepping the back foot in just so the heel can be on the floor, lifting and lengthening your spine. Inhale. And exhale, fold the torso over the left leg. Head heavy here. 2 more breaths. It's like you're stepping more weight into the front foot, that left hip drawing up and back, the right belly towards the inner left thigh. Halfway lift, lengthen, inhale. Soften the knee, plant the hands, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, down dog. Let it go. Inhale here. Exhale, step the right foot between the hands. Warrior two, rise back up. Inhale here, straighten the front leg. And exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose. I'm gonna grab my block again and bringing it behind the right leg. So right hip bumps underneath, the right hand to the block or the shin, left arm up to the sky. I'm gonna make my base a little wider here. So that right hip is hugging in the left hip. Again, hip point rotating slightly down. Draw the inner thighs back and then lengthen the torso and turn the chest. Maybe the gaze at the left thumb. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Look down, half moon, shifting the weight into the right foot. I'm gonna take my block with me and slow motion, making sure those right toes have to be straight forward. Then opening the left hip on top of the right. I'm flexing the back foot like I'm standing on the back wall. I'm lengthening the right side body, crown of the head forward, then the left arm emerging to the sky. If I have my balance, I can always float my right fingertips, even bringing the right hand to the heart, but sometimes you just need the block. Stay with it. Last big breath. Warrior two, softening the right knee, stepping back. Sometimes it's graceful, sometimes it's not. Inhale here. Exhale, hands on hips. Toes in, heels out. Lift and lengthen the spine. Inhale. And exhale, forward fold. Fingertips to the floor or hands to blocks or something higher. Halfway lift, lengthen. Inhale. And exhale, fold. Let the head be heavy. You could do a no, a yes, yes. If you're able to, walk your hands back a little bit so the fingertips line up with the toes, and then lift the hips higher as you bring the body weight forward. And again, the head's super heavy. Shoulders softening away from the ears though. Really pressing into the outer edges of the feet. Lifting the hips up and back. 1 more breath. Halfway lift and lengthen the spine. Inhale. Walk the hands to the top of the mat. Right toes forward. Plant the hands. Downward facing dog. Optional vinyasa. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. Inhale. Actually, we didn't lift the left leg. It would just be left leg here. Inhale, and then left foot steps between the hands. I'm going to grab my block because I know I'm going to want it. Rise up to your warrior two. Arms wide. Left toe straight forward. Right toe slightly pointing in. Arms wide, shoulder blades together. Take up space. Pull the belly up and in. That's going to help you hold up the arms. 1 more breath. Inhale here. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose, bumping the left hip under the right. I'm going to bring the hand to the block, outside the left foot. Draw my left hip in and back, right hip point, rotate slightly towards the floor. Yes, it's opening, but at its max point of opening, just slightly quarter turn down. Lengthen the left side, right arm emerging to the sky as you turn the chest. Draw the tailbone towards the heel, the crown of the head in the opposite direction. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Half moon, look down, find a steady place on the floor. You can always heel toe the right foot in a little bit or step the foot in and then shift the weight and stack the right hip on top of the left. And notice, make sure that left foot stays where it is. It's not moving the toes all over the place. Right arm emerging to the sky, lengthen the left torso and turn the left ribs. Flex the back foot like you're standing on the back wall. Strong standing leg. That inner thigh, left inner thigh pulls back. 1 more breath. Maybe balancing. Warrior two, bend the left knee, right toes back of the mat. Deep breath here. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, step back, high plank, inhale. Optional lower chaturanga or down dog, you can go there, up dog or low cobra here. And exhale back. Deep breath in. Let it go. Right leg lifts, inhale. Right foot steps, high lunge, exhale. Right foot between the hands, arms up to the sky. Interlacing the hands behind the back. Thumbs at the low back, try to keep the base of the palms together as you stretch the knuckles back and lift the heart. If you're pulling your wrists apart, try keeping the elbows bent to keep the base of the palms closer. Slow motion, moving into warrior three. I'm gonna pull that right hip back as I'm lengthening the head forward. I'm gonna step the back foot in, shifting the weight into the right leg as I lift the left leg. And staying in your warrior three, or maybe playing with a standing split with interlaced hands. So I'm gonna hinge forward, bringing the forehead towards the floor, maybe towards the toes or the shins. I find it helpful to keep the gaze about 6 to 12 inches in front of my toes. When you can't hinge forward anymore, maybe letting the head drop. 2 more breaths. You can always lower the hands to the floor. This is challenging. 1 more breath. Now everyone hands to the floor. Lift and lengthen the spine. Inhale. Exhale, left toes back of the mat. Plant the hands, down dog, right leg up to the sky. Pigeon, right knee behind the right wrist. How about that? Lift and lengthen the spine. Inhale. And exhale, forward fold. Deep breaths here in pigeon. You're making an effort to rest the forehead somewhere for sure. You could always use a block to do that. Or you can bring your forehead all the way to the floor or the hands. Five more breaths here. Really taking the time. Breathing deep into the hips and just noticing where your mind is going. Bring your focus back to the breath, back to the present moment. And of course, acknowledging those thoughts, but just always bringing the focus back to the breath. Last couple of breaths. On your inhale, bringing the upper body up. Plant the hands, tuck the toe, downward facing dog. Pedaling out the legs, bending one knee at a time. Left leg lifts to the sky. High lunge, left foot between the hands, stand the ball, the back foot, ground down and lift up. Interlacing the hands behind the back. On the inhale, stretching the knuckles back, lifting the heart, opening the chest, maybe lifting the gaze, taking your time, shifting first into warrior three. Maybe keeping that left knee bent to rotate that right hip down. And you could stay right here. You can always release the hands to the hips, or trying for the standing split while you keep the hands interlaced. Reach through the right inner thigh, keep the gaze really soft but steady and consistent somewhere, maybe about a foot in front of the toes. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Hands to the floor, halfway lift, lengthen, inhale. Exhale, right toes back of the mat. Plant the hands, down dog, left leg to the sky. Pigeon, left knee behind the left wrist. Untuck the toe, scoot the knee back, lift and lengthen the spine. Inhale. And exhale, fold. Try to rest the forehead somewhere. Reaching through the inner ankle. You're on the inner right ankle. You're on the exact center of that back leg. So just, notice that. Check it out. Relaxing the shoulders. Five more breaths. Option to count your breaths as a way to keep your mind focused. when you're counting the breaths, you often are trying to make it to 10. And anytime you find yourself distracted, you just start over at 1 again. Last couple breaths here. One more breath. On your inhale, bringing the upper body up. Planting the hands, tucking the back toe, downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale, right foot steps between the hands, lower the left knee. Twisted monkey, left hand wide, right arm lifts up and back. Maybe bending the back knee, grabbing the pinky side edge of the foot, kicking into the foot and turning the chest. If you can do it without a lot of drama, you could also come down to the elbow here. Gently release the foot, half split, heel toe the foot back. Active right thigh, all right toes, especially the pinky toe, towards your face. Heart and crown of the head towards the top of the mat. Ground into that right heel and energetically feel the hip kind of sucking back. Inhale, rebend the right knee, plant the hands, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale, left foot outside the left hand. I'm bringing the right hand wider. Left arm lifts up and back. You can always have a hand on a block or something here too to make it a little more accessible if you can't quite get to the foot, or just if you want to be lifted up. Bend the back knee if you're able, grabbing the pinky side edge, holding onto the top of the foot, kicking into the hand, opening the left shoulder. I'm softening this right elbow a little bit so I'm not just jamming into the right shoulder, because then I can draw the shoulder blades together, puff the heart forward, lay the back of the head back, and turn and twist. One more inhale. Exhale, gently release, half split, maybe heel to the left foot, back towards the center just 1 or 2 times. Lift and lengthen your spine, inhale, and exhale, fold. Strong left quad, the toes towards your face, the heart and crown of the head towards the top of the mat. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Inhale, rebend the left knee, plant the hands, tuck the back toes, downward facing dog. Inhale to high plank. And exhale, lower all the way to the mat. Arms by your side. Either keeping the arms by your side or interlacing the hands behind the back. Base the palms together, stretch the knuckles back, arms, head, and chest lift. Exhale, legs lift. Shalabhasana. 1 more breath. Lift the inner thighs a little higher. And exhale, release. Right ear or right cheek or right temple to the mat. Deep breath. All right, chin forward. Interlace the hands, opposite thumb on top. Stretch the knuckles back, arms, head, and chest lift. Exhale, legs lift. Stay or bend the knees for Dhanurasana. Grabbing the tops of the feet or ankles, kicking back and up. 3 breaths. Inner thighs a little higher. Kick harder, 1 more breath. And release. Left ear, left cheek, left temple to the mat. Hips a little side to side. Hands under shoulders, child's pose. All fours, downward facing dog. Inhale to the toes, bend the knees, jump through your seat, laying onto your back. Bring the knees to the chest. You could take some tiny circles. And then go the other way, just massaging the low back. And then bringing your feet flat to the floor. Fingertips are just grazing the heels. Toes slightly in, heels slightly out. Bridge. On the inhale, lift up. You could always put a block under the low back for supported bridge and stay there, or interlace the hands, wobbling a little side to side. Ground into the heels, ground the inner arches of the feet. Feel your outer hips lifting, the inner thighs drawing down, and energetically pressing into the heels and drawing them energetically back. Engage the glute, engage the hamstring, gaze is straight up. One more breath. And release the arms, bring the seat down, maybe the feet wider and the knees kiss, and take a deep breath. All right, one more back bend, feet back to hip width wide. Bridge, supported bridge, or bridge into a wheel. You could also start in wheel. On the inhale, I'm gonna come up to bridge first. And then again, same concept, grounding inner arches of the feet, outer hips lifting. Then I'm bringing the hands by the ears, fingers by the shoulders. I bring my hands a little wide. Ground into the feet. You can press to the top of the head first, hug the elbows and knees, inner thighs together, and then press up. Just a few breaths. One more breath. And tuck the chin and come down. Feet wide, knees kiss. Let's bring the right hand on the heart, left hand on the belly, closing the eyes. You can also do Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet together, knees wide. Just feel your beating heart, feel the breath filling the belly. Feel how alive you are in this moment. And then use the hands, bring the knees back together, bring the feet the width of the mat. So the edges of my feet are at the edges of the mat. And then I'm just going to heel toe the right foot, one heel toe off the edge of the mat. Now keep your feet where they are, just gently lower both knees to the left. You could stay there, you could always put something, a blocker, blanket under the left knee, but I'm gonna pick up my left heel and place it on top of the right knee, or really where the quad or the thigh hits the right knee. And I'm gonna extend my right arm up. And also, yes, you could still have the block under the left knee, or you could just let it be nice and loose. You can always heel toe the right foot a little more to the right, but if you look down your mat, the right femur bone should just be in a straight line more or less, but not any further. You could be a little more closed, but not more open than center line. 2 more breaths, really breathing into the outer right hip. I also feel this a little bit in the low back. It really feels good. Deep breath here. One more breath. Okay, first gently remove the left foot off the knee, heel toe the feet back to hip width wide, then heel toe the left foot, just one left foot off the mat, and lower both knees to the right. Then I'm going to pick up the right heel and place it above or on top of the left knee rather, and bringing the left arm over the head. And of course, again, you could always put some support or something under the right leg if that feels good or helps. Deep breaths here, breathing into that outer left hip, even the left low back. Shoulders soft, close the eyes, bring your awareness internally. 2 more breaths. One more breath. And then first releasing the right heel, bringing the knees back to center. Happy baby, either hugging the knees into the chest or grabbing the outer edges of the feet, drawing the knees towards the floor, soles of the feet to the sky, rocking a little side to side. Try to get all the vertebra down through your tailbone onto the floor. You can also play with extending a leg at a time if that feels good. And then hands behind the thighs, rocking forward and back, rocking up to your seat. I'm going to set up for Bharad Vajrasana. So I'm going to bend the left knee. My left shin is really parallel with the left side of the mat. I'm bending the right knee and placing the sole of the right foot on top of this left thigh. I am then going to bring my left fingertips behind me. Wait a minute, that's not what I'm doing. I'm bringing the right fingertips behind me. The left hand coming on top of the right thigh, lifting up the chest. I'm on my right hip and my left hip is lifting. My left hip is off the mat. So left hand on top of the right thigh, lifting and turning. I'm puffing the heart forward, shoulder blades together. I'm kind of leaning into the right hip and turning and twisting as much as I can. Low back, middle back, upper spine, and then maybe the head and neck even looking towards the back of the mat, over the right shoulder. Keep that left shoulder soft. Now keeping the torso where it is, only move the head and bring the head to gaze over the left shoulder. So now the head is gazing towards the top of the mat, even though the torso and the body is twisting to the right. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Very gently release and switch. So I'm just gonna flip my knees the other way. So my right knee is bent, and again, my shin is kind of parallel with the side of the mat. I'm on the left hip, my left knee is bent, and the sole of my left foot on top of the right thigh. My right hip, as you can see, I'm not sitting on the mat, it's lifted off. I'm putting all the weight in the left hip. My left fingertips behind me, right hand on top of the left thigh. First, I'm lifting up and forward, and then I start to turn the chest, the upper thoracic spine, then the head and neck over the left shoulder. And maybe I'm lifting up out of that right hip even more to help facilitate the twist. Maybe even walking the left fingertips a little more to the left. And then staying here with the torso and the heart lifted and twisted, just moving the head and bringing the chin to gaze over the right shoulder. So uplifting and twisting to the left, gazing over the right shoulder. 1 more big breath here. And release. Let's bring both legs forward, Paschimottanasana. Shaking them out, pulling the flesh out from your sit bones, lifting up nice and tall, inhale, pulling the belly up and in, grounding the tops of my thighs, and exhale, forward folding, leading with the heart, grabbing the shins, ankles, feet, even hands on the floor, lifting and lengthening the spine, inhale, and exhale, fold deeper. If your back is rounding a lot, bend the knees so you can release the low spine. 3 big breaths into your back body. Feel the back ribs expand. Feel a lot of space behind the heart. 2 more breaths. One more breath. On your inhale, looking forward, bringing the upper body up and slowly making your way all the way onto your back for Shavasana. We'll just take a short Shavasana here, just a minute or so to rest. Taking a deep breath in and letting it go. Feel the weight of your body sinking into the earth. Feel gravity pulling you down. Scanning your body, top of the head, all the way to the toes. Just notice where you can soften a little bit more. Let your tongue fall from the roof of the mouth. Let there be space between the back teeth. Soften the jaw, soften the eyes, soften the face. Breathe into the third eye, the space on the forehead between your eyebrows. Breathe in there. And really, you can stay here as long as you want, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. But I am going to start to breathe deeper, rotating the wrists, ankles, waking up the fingers and toes, lifting the arms overhead, taking a full body stretch, taking a deep breath in, and letting it go. Bringing one foot to the floor, other foot to the floor, knees to the chest, big, big hug. Rolling to the right side, bringing the right arm over the head like a pillow, pausing for a moment, acknowledging the effort, taking great care of myself today, body, mind, and spirit, thinking of something I'm grateful for in this moment. And then gently, easily making your way back to a tall seat, reclaiming your tall spine, bringing your palms in prayer, Anjali Mudra, soft bow of the chin towards the heart. Inhaling here and exhaling, and just noticing how you feel, the state of your mind, how you feel in your physical body, and take this feeling with you the rest of today. Bring your thumbs to your third eye, your seat of intuition and inner wisdom. Deep breath in. We bow down, sealing the practice. Namaste. Thanks for being here. I will see you next time on the mat. Hope you feel so much better than an hour ago. All right, take care.